You are listening to the Urban Sports Scene with Wole and Ray, and we are part of Empire Media. It's time for HBCU Corner. We are not alone, as you can tell. Right now, we have the head coach of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, Coach Connell Maynor. Hello, Coach Maynor, and welcome to HBCU Corner with the Urban Sports Scene.
Hello, guys. How y'all doing? It's a great day to be a Bulldog.
I know that's right. So, Coach, Ray and I, we are big into homecoming. We love HBCU homecomings. How would you describe an Alabama A&M homecoming to a possible recruit?
Hey, man, it's a life-changing experience. 2 years ago we had Jackson State sold out on TV. This year, of course, we got Tuskegee, and all the hotels already sold out. People are gonna be everywhere. The atmosphere is going to be unbelievable. And people are just excited, man. I had somebody tell me yesterday, Coach, I didn't play at A&M, but my daughters went there. I just need you to do one thing. Beat the Tuskegee butt on homecoming. I'm talking so much junk. I said, we're gonna try to beat them, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you ever have like schools from PWIs in Alabama try to like infiltrate Alabama A&M homecoming?
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna we're not gonna let that happen. We're gonna do right.
All right, yeah, we're gonna try to pick up where we left off. I was getting ready to say you're not one that has been known to mince words. So what is your message like before a home game? Jackson State game you mentioned, hey, it was some fireworks before the game. So is that like you trying to get your team ready, or you really believe what you're telling yourself and your squad before a big matchup?
Oh, always. I speak the truth. We might put to the point, but it's gonna be true. And one of our players told me it was my fault that we lost to Jackson, and I was like, why? He said it's my fault? He said, Coach, you brought Ric Flair into the locker room right before. What were we supposed to do after that? Get it? What was supposed to do? So, but I always just, I tell the guys, look, when I play, I didn't need no pep talk. I just say, Coach, give me a uniform, put me in the game. That's all I got to do. That's all I needed. I don't need no rah-rah speech. Rah-rah speech ain't gonna last. And when they start pounding on your head, you better be prepared and ready to play. So, and that adrenaline well, you got to keep playing. That opening kickoff first quarter, that's adrenaline, and you got to take those first punches, and then the game settle in and get started. So, I just try to keep it real with these guys, and let them know what they're gonna have to do. And that's the little things. It's still tackling, it's still catching, and that's the fundamentals. It's not rocket science.
So has your approach changed at all since then? Since your players said that?
No. Come on, we got tickets.
I hear you.
Oh man, I love your style. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love your style. So, Coach, since you've been here, you've run a successful program. You got here in 2018. You have a 29-20 overall record, and in the Swac, you are 18-12. What has been the key to your success while coaching the Bulldogs?
I'm just getting the guys to buy in and having good football players. Again, it's not rocket science. The better my players, the better coach I'm gonna be. And so we got to get out on that road and get some good football players. And then the key is to get the players to understand the game the way you understand the game. So, like example, when their offense come out in a 3-by-1 formation, we know what plays possibly they can run, 2 or 3 plays, and what route combinations. We got to get our players to understand that, and now they can play faster, and you become a better football team. And so our job as coaches is to get those guys to understand what the other team is trying to do. Like our quarterbacks, when we see a defense, we know exactly what they're going to do. We know where we're going. Now you know where the ball goes. And when you prepare as a quarterback, the defense moves like this. But when you're not prepared, you don't know what the defense is going to do. You don't know where your guys at. It moves like this. and then he's throwing picks and he's holding on to the ball and getting sacked. So it's Russ Wilson said it, separations in the preparation. You guys just got to be prepared, and you can execute at a high level.
Towards the end of the season, did you see that happening? Did they pick it up? They start playing fast?
Yeah, well, the problem was we had a very, very tough schedule. Starting off 4-4. And I tell people all the time, I don't look at the record because we do stuff always from the top. And so that's from the top. I'm talking about the president and the AD and myself. And so we're looking at the schedule. We knew that there's a possibility we could start off 1-3, 0-4. And we had 2 money games in there, and we took those money games and we got a brand new turf. We only practiced on 3 days. We got a new locker room going in. We got projects for a practice facility with a grass and a turf with a top over the top. And it takes money to do those things. So we had to sacrifice. And I tell people, if we'd played 3 cupcakes, 3 D2s, everyone orders the first 3 games, we'd have been 7-4. So it ain't about that. It's about doing what your program needs you to do. These young men today, what can you do for me? What you offer, coach? What y'all got? And so you got to try to do all you can, perks-wise, apartment-wise, stipends, all that type stuff to get players and maybe keep your players because, now with that portal, you get a good player, it's going to be hard to keep. So it's getting tougher and tougher. So we just got to we're in the same boat as everybody else.
So you, coach, you mentioned like the portal and transfer portal. You lost like one of the best receivers, arguably in the conference, in Abdul, Fattah, Ibrahim. Who do you think? How are you going to work with that loss, and who do you have stepping up in his absence?
Well, we lost OJ to
OJ too. Yeah. Same school, right?
Yeah, same school.
Bowling Green. Yeah.
And him and OJ were best friends. So it is what it is. I wish both of those guys the best. Both of those guys text me on Father's Day, Happy Father's Day.
So that's what's up.
So that means that I'm doing my job. I'm doing the right thing. I actually told a couple of my players, I say, hey man, I got ex-players texting me Happy Father's Day, and I got players here that's not. Because they understand what I tried to do for them and installing them. Y'all still ain't got it yet because y'all here. Y'all still think, oh, Coach Mean and Coach this. But you will, just like them, when they go, you'll be texting me Happy Father's Day on Father's Day. But we Keenan Hammer could be back. Darren Turner, Terrell Gardner be back. So we got some guys. We got some guys returning. We always good at wide receiver. Nobody's beating the team. We're gonna keep it going. We'll spread it around and find the right guy. Bring a couple other guys. Jacoby. We brought Jacoby in too from I think App. And so we got some guys over there that we think can get the job done, and we'll be fine.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I was going to ask about the quarterback position.
Tank Dell was our guy too.
Yeah.
We lost Tank Dell. He went back to JUCO. Then he left JUCO and went to Houston. And he got drafted. So if we kept all the guys that we brought in here, we would be pretty good. But we've been losing a lot of kids. So our coaches are doing a tremendous job of recruiting and getting the right guy in here. We just got to be able to keep them, man.
See, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was gonna try to ask you something because I know you keep it so real, but I'm gonna ask about just your new facility and how that is positively impacting recruitment in your program overall. Because a lot of people criticize HBCU facilities. We saw the headline with Coach Ed Reed and how that worked out. I'm wondering just how does that look for you now that you got all new stuff? Like you said, new turf, got the tarp, just good stuff going on over there.
Yeah, and that's the key. You bring these guys in on a visit, and you want to be able to show them some nice facilities because they're coming from nice facilities. If they come from an FBS football program, they got state-of-the-art everything. And so I can't bring them from there and put them in a dome, and they've been staying in an apartment. So I got to put them in an apartment, And so them big guys be able to come here and see all the things, all the improvements that have been made from year to year. Talk to the old players, say, look, yeah, man, 3 years ago we didn't have jack. Now we got this, this, and this, and we get this, this, and this, and so they can see the progress and from the start to where we are right now, where we're going to, and they can talk to the players. I tell them all the time, and the parents, just talk to any player, ask them any question you want about me, the program. I don't hold anything back. So just go ask them. You don't have to believe me. Ask the players. I have the players around on those recruiting visits to talk to the parents and the players, and just let them know how we do things. You know, I'm not going to lie. I don't sugarcoat anything. So it is what it is.
So, Coach, also, I mean, I know you mentioned it a little bit, but I have my own thoughts. But what are your thoughts on the transfer portal? Are you a fan of it or not? Like,
no, I'm not.
You just like me. Okay.
Well, see,
he's like me.
This is the problem. Mr. Kippen, Lane Kippen, take a job and be there for a year and leave, and then take another job, don't even coach a game and leave. And so now it puts the coaches in a bad spot where they say, well, the coaches can leave anytime they want to. They don't have to stay. And so the NCAA say they right. So they open it up now where they say the players can leave. That way. It should be you can only leave if your coach leaves.
Yeah.
Then the people at school can leave if they want to, or they can stay. Because bring another coach in that you like, you know, or they might not. Because the coach might get fired. They say, okay, with these players now, eligible to go in the portal or eligible to transfer. Also, if you was going to do it, you got to cap. You got to put a cap on it. You can't have unrestricted free agency. You know, if they say FBS seniors can make up to $100,000, juniors can make $75,000, sophomores make $50,000, freshmen can make $25,000. Now the playing field is even. Everyone can afford that, and now Georgia ain't just gonna get all the players because they pay more money than everybody else, or because they got Nike. Okay, they can pay more than everybody else, so now they're gonna get all the best players, or USC or UCLA. So you got to keep it level. It's like NFL, it's a salary cap. You got to keep it a level playing field, and it's not a level playing field right now. So you're gonna see the same people in the college football championship series every year. The people that's giving the most. So no, I'm not a fan of it because it's basically turned all lower levels into goals. Where we develop players, some they develop,
they go somewhere else,
get an NIL deal, and go play somewhere else.
Yep. So no, I agree. I definitely agree. I'm like, that's one of my issues with it as well. But I want to speak.
We just learned about JUCOs right now.
Say it again, Coach.
I can't hear you. You went out for a second.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying that I totally agree with you.
Okay.
I totally agree with your point. I just felt like, you know, also to me, to its core, it's like kids want instant gratification, and it's something about the process and the grind that's taken away when they say, okay, this is not working my way. Let me go here. Because, you know, growing up watching all sports in college, you see a kid start slow, but all of a sudden, year 2, year 3, year 4, they're now that dude, or they're that girl, whatever. So to me, it just takes away the grind.
Nobody wants to sacrifice and wait their turn anymore. Anytime they're not playing, they're not happy with their playing time, they don't like a coach, said coach don't like them. Listen, no coach out here trying to get fired. Every coach is gonna play the best guy because the better guy gonna make you look good. Man, coach don't like me. He ain't gonna play me. He don't like me. Man, are you crazy? You talking about I ain't gonna play you because I'm mad at you. Man, I don't care nothing about that. You better make some plays. Who gonna make them plays gonna play. Don't like me. Are you serious? I'm telling you what I like. I like the players to make plays. That's what I like. Okay, no plays, you're right. I don't like it. Right. Yeah, you're not my favorite player because you're not making a lot of plays. My favorite players are the players that make the most plays. Okay.
Hey, that is so real.
I like them all, but my favorite is the ones that make the most plays.
Yeah.
Who the alumni ain't their favorite coaches? The coaches that win the most.
Yes.
It's right.
Coach, this is a sensitive generation, man. You gotta be careful. they gonna post you on social media. Like, man, coach, get on my nerves.
Listen, I love all my players. I told them that yesterday. I love y'all. But listen, all of us love our mamas and daddies, right? We all are guilty of not telling them and our brothers and sisters that we love them all enough, right? That's why I just told my players. I said, look, man, I love all of y'all. But I'm guilty of it. I don't tell y'all all the time. But I can't tell y'all. It's just human nature that we don't do stuff like that. You know, I said, how many of y'all call your mom and daddies every day and brothers and sisters tell them y'all love them?
Yeah.
Nobody raised a hand.
Yeah.
How many of y'all love all y'all brothers and sisters? Everybody raise your hand. Okay, I love y'all too. I might not tell you every day. I'm telling you about when I show you, put that new turf out there, that new locker room, get this practice facility, get your jerseys with your name on the back and everything else that you want. Because guess what? None of that's for me. I can't use none of that. So everything I do is for you. That should show you right there that I care about you. You know? So yeah, but you're right. This day and age, these kids, they different. They different. And you know,
they're different.
You can't
That's a good segue. Again, talking about just your style and what you provide. What makes you excited about this year's upcoming team? And is there any players that are gonna make plays you expecting to go out there and make plays that you can shout out now here on the urban sports scene?
Then you just say these guys were sensitive. I mean, I just say it.
So now if you don't mention them, they're gonna feel a certain way.
Hey, everybody I brought in, I expect to play and help them in the football game. That's why I brought them in. And that's what I tell them, and that's true. So no, I'm not looking at one person or two people. Everybody I brought in, I expect to help. We take all 110 to help us win football games. It's a long football season. Can't be 11 play at a time. Can't be 11 people play at a time. So now I got 99 people on the sideline. They got to cheer for the 11 that's in the game. Okay, so I expect everybody outside to help.
Okay, let me rephrase that. So there's been a sentiment, right, about the Swac. They said if a Swac team has an excellent quarterback, that's the driving force to winning the Swac and ultimately making the Celebration Bowl. So what's your thoughts about that? Because you're saying, again, it takes a team effort. It's a team sport. What's your thought about, just how to succeed in the Swac? And again, what's your excitement level of your team this upcoming season?
That's a great question. And you're 100% right. I tell people all the time, if you got a quarterback, you got a chance. And team that got the quarterback that's favored to be the player of the year, they probably got a good chance of winning they side or winning the conference. When I had the Quill Glass, see, we won, and we was right there. I tell people all the time, it's only been one NFL head coach that made it to the Hall of Fame that didn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yes, sir. Joe Gibbs.
Joe Gibbs.
Yes, sir.
So again, the better your players, the better coach you will be. Okay, it ain't about me. It ain't about Belichick. It ain't about Deion Sanders. It's about your players. Every coach knows X's and O's and can put the people in the right position. But guess what? If me, you, and you, Ray, go out there and Belichick's coaching us, we're gonna get a head beating because we're too old. And we can't run no more. Okay. So it ain't about that. You got to have the right players. And but you're right. The team that has a great quarterback is gonna give you a chance in every game. It's gonna give you a chance to win championships. That's no secret.
So, Coach, we're about to wind down, but real quick, what does coaching at an HBCU mean to you?
Everything. I played at Winston-Salem State University for 1 year in the CIAA. Then I transferred my coach Bill Hayes to A&T and played there the last 3 years. And then I coached 10 years at Fayetteville State. And then I coached 4 years as a head coach at Winston. Then I went to Hampton in the MEAC, and now A&M to the present. So I'm HBCU for life. And I think that, I'm a God-fearing man. Everything happens for a reason. And I think God got me here for a reason. I came from a broken home. My mother raised me, my brother, and my sister. My father was around, but he wasn't in the house. And we still got a good relationship to this day. I mean, I'm a Christian. I forgive him. I go home, I go see him, and we hang out. But but the bottom line is he wasn't there. And probably 60, 70% of my players come from a broken home and don't have their mother and fathers with them. So, you know, I want to be that father figure to show them the right way, how to do things. My wife is always around. We've been married 28 years. My daughter's always around. You know, I don't cuss, I don't drink. So I try to lead by example and be a great role model for those guys because they always watching me and what I do and what I say, and they can repeat everything. And so if I'm on the hotel, going to the hotel, I got a different woman in the hotel, what they gonna say? Oh, yeah, man, coach, a player, I want to be just like coach, you know. But no, they don't see that from me. They see my wife, they see my daughter there all the time. They know I'm a disciplinarian. So I think that I'm in HBCU for a reason, try to help other Black men and to make those guys men and fathers and leaders. I tell them all the time, you know what losers do? This is what I tell them. This is what losers and deadbeat dads do. They make excuses. And you know what fathers do and winners do? We find a way. Find a way to put food on the table. Find a way to put clothes on their back. Find a way to make a play. Find a way to start. Find a way to win the game. Find a way to pass the class. Find a way to graduate. That's what winners do. That's what fathers do. Okay? We find a way to get it done. We don't make excuses. Losers, they make excuses. A million reasons why you lost the game. A million reasons why you wasn't there for me. It's a million reasons why you couldn't do this, do it. We don't want to hear that. So I'm teaching my guys to get it done. Just do. Be a father. Be a winner. And so that's why I'm still in HBCU, and I probably be in HBCU all my life. So I think I'm here for a reason. But again, I think everything happens for a reason. I think that's my reason. I ask the Lord when I get there and see if that's what it was, but I think that's what it is.
Well, Coach, Ray and I are HBCU alums, and we're happy to have you. You know what I mean? Just representing the brand. So thanks for being on this show. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, y'all doing a great job, man, and I'm looking forward to coming back on the show.
Oh, definitely. We would love to have you back on.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.